Instagram versus Snapchat. What's going on, guys? Thor here, back with a new video, and in this video we're going to be talking about Instagram versus Snapchat in regards to building an audience, building your personal brand online. Now, I know this is not the typical video that I do make on my channel. Usually I make videos about Instagram, how to grow on Instagram, how to make money on Instagram, how to leverage the Instagram platform to grow an audience. That is usually what I talk about on my channel, but I feel like this video is important, especially for the beginners that want to dive into online marketing and don't really know where to start. I feel like this video is important for them to see because it allows them to get a better perspective on which platform you actually should start on in order to actually build an audience and build your personal brand, build a successful business, which is why I'm making this video. First, we'll cover the pros and cons for each platform, then figure out what each platform performs the best at, and then go about concluding which platform is better in order to build an audience online. Let's start off with Snapchat. The benefits with Snapchat is that, first of all, a lot of people use Snapchat. Millions of people spend time every single day on Snapchat. Myself, I spend around 20 minutes or so every single day on Snapchat. I've got friends that spend probably around 2 hours a day snapping away their life on Snapchat. So due to this, the platform has enormous potential. Now, Snapchat is also very engaging, but also very personal. Now, some of you might move away from Snapchat due to the fact that it is a very personal platform, but in my opinion, this is very, very stupid. Because in my opinion, a personal brand, a successful business, a successful loyal audience is built on whether you have a very good and strong connection with your audience or not. If you have a good and strong connection with your audience, with your fans, that is a good business. If you don't, it's a bad business. Now, Snapchat being the platform it is, it allows this to be done very, very well. Snapchat is also very, very easy to use. It's very consumer friendly and at the same time very addictive. Now, for us that try to leverage off of Snapchat to build a business, to build a brand, this is a gold mine, because if we do things right, if we position ourselves right, we can become the part of Snapchat that most users are addicted to. Now, obviously, this would be as long as we can post quality and powerful content. So it proves that Snapchat has a lot of potential and it literally could become your full-time job. Now, Instagram again has a lot of the same benefits as Snapchat. Millions of people use it every single day. It's very addictive. You can end up scrolling on the platform for hours, which is exactly the right conditions we need to build a successful audience. Instagram, however, is not that personal as Snapchat. Now, you can make it more personal by using things like stories, lives, highlights, all those things, using the DMs, connecting with people through the DMs. There's been a new feature on Instagram now where you can video call people through the DMs. That way you can make it personal, but Instagram alone, it's not that personal as Snapchat. Now, most people on Instagram actually struggle a lot with connecting with your audience through these different features. A lot of people only use the posting feature, and that's great, but if you're not connecting with your audience, building those relationships over and over and over again, you're not going to succeed, and which is also why a lot of people don't succeed on Instagram trying to build a business, an audience, or a personal brand. Now, Instagram as a platform is much more stable in my eyes, due to the fact that Instagram is like a portfolio. A lot of people have a very, very personal connection to Instagram due to the fact that you have connections, you have friends that you've connected with through Instagram, you got business connections there, you got friends. You also have a massive portfolio of content of places that you've been to. For example, myself, like in 10 years, I vision myself looking back at the past 10 years and going, man, I've been to so many amazing places. Let me check where I was again. And then I'll go to my Instagram account and I'll scroll through my feed and I'll look at the pictures that I posted and I'll see all the different places that I've been to. And I know there's lots of people doing this, people having massive accounts with tons of pictures, portfolios of where they've been, and this creates a very personal connection with people. And in my opinion, this is much more powerful than just Snapchat, which in my eyes is just another way, or it really is just another way of communicating with people. And if a better way is invented, I do think Snapchat has like, it could disappear. Even though Snapchat is very big, it would create like take a shit ton of resources to outbeat Snapchat. But you get my point, guys. In my eyes, Snapchat is just another way of communicating, and if another way is invented, Snapchat could disappear. Not saying that Instagram can't disappear either. I'm just saying that I think Instagram is more stable and it's going to stay for longer than Snapchat. But again, drawing that parallel back to Instagram, if a better opportunity or better option of Instagram were to be invented, I don't think people would switch, due to the fact that people have so massive portfolios and so massive accounts on Instagram. So it wouldn't make sense for them to switch to another platform just because it's better. I don't think that would happen at all. Now, in terms of putting Instagram and Snapchat up against each other in terms of building a business and an audience and a personal brand online, there is one thing that Instagram has that Snapchat does not have, and this is a key feature, and I'll get to that just in a second. The one thing here that Instagram does have and that Snapchat doesn't have is the ability to grow. If you have a look at my YouTube channel, it focuses specifically on Instagram and growing your social media presence through Instagram. And I've got over 20 different videos. 20 different videos covering how you can grow on Instagram. There's more than 20 different ways that you can use to grow your audience on Instagram. On Snapchat, there simply isn't an opportunity or an option to do this that easily. Of course, it's possible to build an audience on Snapchat. I'm not saying it's not possible. I'm just saying it's much easier on Instagram, because there's a set algorithm on Instagram that you can follow, and it will get you followers, it will get you growth, it will build your audience. On Snapchat, it's very different, because if you were to grow on Snapchat, you would, like, ideally you have to rely on people sharing your stories through, like, with friends and stuff. And I've only seen like a few people that have actually grown from scratch on Snapchat, like fast, with a lot of success. The growth that you will get on Snapchat is a lot of the time outside of your control. It most of the time relies on other people sharing your content, and it's not that easy to actually control if people share your content or not. Okay, you have to post good content. That's one factor, but again, a lot of people post good content and they don't get their content shared. So that's just my opinion on how Snapchat and Instagram works in terms of growing. I just think I know it's much easier to grow an audience on Instagram compared to Snapchat. You're overall just going to have a harder time reaching a global audience. Besides, most of the most popular people on Snapchat nowadays, if you go to your Snapchat and you scroll all the way to the right, I think it is, yeah, to the right, you'll see stories by the most popular people, like featured people. And most of these big people that you see here, like DJ Khaled, Kylie Jenner, all of these people were famous before they started using Snapchat. And so, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't build a successful audience, and DJ Khaled in specific has built a crazy successful brand just through Snapchat. He's one of the top people crushing Snapchat nowadays, and he's been blowing up his brand through Snapchat. But a lot of his success on Snapchat has come from him also being famous from before, because that has given him that jump start, and from there being able to use that momentum to grow a newer audience, newer followers, newer fans. He was famous before he actually jumped onto Snapchat and used Snapchat to boost his brand. And yeah, it's just much easier to do this on Instagram rather than Snapchat. So if you are starting from scratch, start with Instagram. It is the best option that you have. With Instagram, you can keep track of your audience. The platform is much smoother. There's multiple different ways that you can use in order to provide value to your audience, and there is a set algorithm that you can follow, that you can use step by step in order to grow that audience that you want. Either way, guys, feel free to experiment with both Snapchat and Instagram. What you can ideally do if you do build an audience, if you have an audience on another platform, for example YouTube or Twitter, or for example Instagram, you can send these people over to Snapchat and keep building your personal connection with them, keep building your audience there, because that way you'll have a start, and it's easier for you to connect with your audience through Snapchat. So you can use that to further improve the connection with your audience through Snapchat. Anyways, guys, that was it for this video. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you smash that like button, go down below and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you. I hope you guys like the new setup, by the way. I got kind of tired of the old one, so I switched it up. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Again, go down below and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.